Okay, let's get this a little closer here. Okay, just got through watching latest Picard. One, I think the Zod Vosh might consider a little more less lethal recruiting technique than something that drives like 90% of the people you're talking to insane and suicidal. To the point where like two were left standing and one of them was clearly nuts afterwards. And again, it's not just quick little flashes, and also this whole Romulan version of the Bene Gesserit just doesn't strike right. I don't know. It's like, but as we're going along here, and you get Captain Rios getting all gaga because like, oh, Soji looks just like a girl I used to know back in this whatever Ibn something or other Majid, shit. But meanwhile, before we get there, back on the Borg cube. Ninja Spock is dodging people. For some reason, goes to what they describe as Hugh's office. There's nothing in it. But, hey, it's a Borg cube. Who the hell knows? And yet they find him. And they drop in a flashbang grenade. Do they shoot him or something? No. They try and engage someone who's been trained since childhood as an assassin. So these guys deserve to die, frankly. But they, manage to overpower him. And what do? Well, they slap the cuffs on him. Here comes 79 blasting away. One, how the hell did she get on board anyway? But we can probably chalk that up to her being a former Borg. She knows the ins and outs of a cube. So, okay. She certainly knows how to work the controls, as we find out later on. And we also don't really get into, we never see the revelation of, telling her that Hugh is dead. That would have been a very good motivating factor for what she does the rest of the episode. Certain little key things need to be told, Alex, okay? You can't just let, we should not have to clean up your mess, okay? The audience is not supposed to be back here doing your homework for you. But let's see, we get on. And I figured Aggie was not trying to commit suicide. She was trying to neutralize the bug in her and risking killing herself in the process. So, so it's confirmed on that one. And, of course, also a little round, getting back to the little conclave on this old, planet who nobody cares about. The revelation to absolutely no one's surprise that, is a Romulan. Yeah, we figured that the first time we saw her on screen, Alex. You surprised nobody with that. And but the little, the backstory stuff of Santos and his captain and where do they pull these names of these ships? Ibn Majid, that must be clearly an Arab name. But and of course Picard gets yelled at again, by Raffi, and I think 3 F-bombs in this one, 2 for sure. Yeah. One of them I'm not quite sure. I'd probably go back and listen to it again, but I really am not inclined to go back and play this episode again, frankly. And also going back to this thing of why did little Ninja Spock jump up and hug 7? How would he know 7 of anything? I mean, especially not to okay, fine, whatever. I'm pretty sure that never came up in conversation back on whatever planet it was. Yeah. But a lot of the things going on, and Aggie confessing to what she did and why and everything else, and again telling us stuff we already know. And meeting all the holograms. Of course the engineering hologram is Scottish. Of course it is. It has to be. I think it's mainly just a chance for Cabrera to show off how many accents he can do. Because so far we got kind of a, snooty American. We got a Scottish, we got Irish, we got English. And of course, the Spanish one. Or I think he was actually Venezuelan. But anyway, he's supposed to be a Spaniard, I guess. And a little point of attempted trivia. Talking about Picard, standing night watch on the bridge of the Reliant. He was assigned to the Stargazer right out of the Academy. his CV is kind of like 2 entries: Stargazer, Enterprise. He spent 22 years on the Stargazer. It's in the writer's guide. You know, and he started off as an ensign and eventually became the captain. So apparently Starfleet can do that. Regular militaries, you get moved around every couple of years because then once you get stale. Well, we see Aggie and Soji getting to know each other. She's just so impressed with a dog and android. It's like, you gonna kill me? No. And at one point, Soji commandeers the ship and starts trying to plot a course to this home world. And of course, Rios has a fail-safe switch to shut everything. Just that no one else would think. Spanish lullaby, and there it goes down. Okay, that was actually kind of clever. I didn't mind that at all, but it's another case of where nothing really happens much. Back on the cube, it was getting a little interesting with basically Seven preparing to basically become a mini Borg queen to activate all the dormant drones and basically drop the FU switch on the Romulans. And here's a case where I think they did kind of blow it, because once those drones became active, they really shouldn't have been affected much by opening the doors, because Borg can survive vacuum of space. We saw that. So once it kicked on, it's like that's it, game over. In fact, they frankly shouldn't have been allowed to even open the doors at that point, because no, your commands are no longer acknowledged. You should have been in assimilation fest at that point. But we get back to the thing of learning about his Santos' former captain blowing his brains out with a phaser after killing a couple of synthetics. And again, of course, apparently Commodore O got to him too with the same sort of thing. What a mind meld of kind of Event Horizon type horrible visions. And it just sort of I don't know, something just rings a little hollow about that whole thing anyway. And I think what we're going to find is this is going to be the people who created the Borg. That's why it's just right off of a trans-Borg conduit too. So it may not be the Romulans who created the Borg, but they're going to be we're going to see who created the Borg. We never needed to see who created the Borg. Okay. Frankly, it was a much more compelling story. It's just something they started doing in kind of like the Cybermen. They started enhancing their things by cybernetic implants, and it got out of control. But this whole thing to try and wrap it up in one neat little package, just like neat little packages aren't necessarily the right way to go. So, and of course that's where the episode, they come to the plane thing, and of course, Swindon Spock is tailing them because we see ships swoop on after him. But so we'll deal with this later anyway. And a very, very vague trailer for next week's. Well, they got 2 episodes left of this nonsense too, and I really am to think, we trim all the fat out of this thing, and we might down to 2-3 hours. But at this point, I don't know. It's we're just watching the march to the sea at this point. I'm wondering how many are going to drown in the process. So. PayPal, Patreon down below. We have made it to Colorado. This is the motel. We're gonna start setting up things going here tomorrow. Start offloading the truck and get the Explorer off the trailer so we can start moving around more freely. Yeah, let's just start getting a hold of the VA and getting that ball rolling. Till then, we will catch you later.